Hello there, it's Saturday the 12th of March. Do you know, for some reason I thought it was December then. I don't know why. Saturday the 12th of March 2016. There's no reason for me to think it was December because it's been a beautiful day here. The sun has been shining and I've been out in the garden, boys and girls, planting bulbs. Loads and loads of summer bulbs. I don't think I've actually planted summer bulbs before, if I can remember. And also I noticed when I was in the garden centre the other day, some of the bulbs I was buying, and I think they're called corms as well, corms or something. Some of them that I was planting were the same as actual plants that I bought last year. So instead of buying one plant for like 10 quid, you were buying a corm for like £2, hell of a lot cheaper. Oh my God, so I've been digging away at those and putting those in the border around the garden. And I've done cooking today as well. Oh yes, we've been very, very busy in the kitchen. I've made more of my corn cottage pie, some with pastry, so it'll be a pie, some with potato, so that'd be a cottage pie, but I didn't do enough mash, did I? Oh. So what I had to do, well, I did some of it with mash, in the other half with sliced up potatoes. Looks very nice. Do you want to have a quick look? Look at my pies. Pies in the oven, look at that. Some of them I did with potato, okay, because there it is, there's the potato ones, look at that. Nicely crisp on top there, and some with pastry. I didn't do them all with pastry because I ran out. There's a half-eaten one. Very, very nice and tasty. Pies. And I've got a load of cooking apples as well. I'm going to make some apple crumbles tomorrow. We're becoming very domesticated. There must be some man out there who wants to come round here and have a proper meal rather than go into those nasty fast food places and having yourself a quick burger or a piece of horrible chicken. Dear me. No. So that's what I've been doing today. Now, I'm very pleased that you're enjoying the live karaoke shows that we're doing now. If you've not seen those before, then you need to go on my Facebook page for that. You don't need to become a friend because my stuff is open to everyone, okay? So at facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK, and you'll find all the karaoke videos that come up there as live. They come up there live whenever we're doing a karaoke. We do a little show live from there, and then once they finish live, they become recordings and they remain on the Facebook page. All right. So once again, my Facebook again is facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. Now today, I must tell you the continuing saga of the trying to get more data for my phone. Now, I already told you about EE the other day, didn't I? And by the end of 45 minutes on the phone, we'd got to 16 gig at a cost of about 37 quid, right? Which is exactly the same as what you can get on the internet. You can click on it and order that. They weren't offering any more or any cheaper price, so it was a complete waste of time. So I've decided to try and go with another company. Now, after putting a few comments on my Facebook, a lot of people are suggesting 3. Wayne, who is a regular correspondent to the show, said I need to be careful with 3 because it's a bit patchy and it depends where you are. Now, I've got to say, I've been an EE customer now for first Orange and then EE, so we just class that all as EE, I think, it's got to be 20 years now. Has to be 20 years. And I've been very pleased with the coverage and the service that they provide. But I need more data while I'm doing these karaoke live shows, you see. And that's the only reason, really, that I'm switching or trying to switch from one to the other. So I've been into the 3 shop. Oh, God. And, I wish I'd never started this now. I wish I'd never started it. So I went into the 3 shop last week, spoke to a very nice man in there, who informed me I could get for £30 a month, unlimited data, unlimited phone, and unlimited text. That sounded a pretty good deal to me. So, and also, if I could do it on a 30-day rolling plan, okay? So if at the end of 30 days you don't want to stay with them, bye-bye, and off you go. It should be as easy as that. Now, I had very, very bad experience with 3 when they first started out. I think they were or Hutchinson Telecom at the time. I don't know if they still are, but that was the worst service I've ever received in my life. It was really bad, and I swore I would never go back to them. Now that's got to be about 18 years ago, so I'm going to give it another go now. So we signed up to this thing, and I had my mobile phone there, and it was all done. So we've signed up for the 30-day rolling month contract. Now, that is £33. To get that £30, you've got to sign up for 12 months. But, you know, I can try it for a month and see how it goes. And after a month, I will have been to all of the places that I work. And does it work there? Does it work there? Does it? If it doesn't work as I want it to, you just cancel the contract and stay with who I am. Now, the idea is, to get this other contract, I will get another number as well, like a temporary number, okay? So I'll hold on to my EE phone, EE card, with the number as it is, so that isn't cancelled, okay? And I'll get another number which I will use temporarily to try, okay, in all these areas that I work and see how it goes. So that's the idea. So we've signed up. He's then put the card in the phone, and it's come up as SIM not recognised. And I'm like, oh, what's that mean? He said, oh, your phone's locked. Right, okay. He says, it's probably locked by ear. I said, well, it can't be. I bought it new from Carphone Warehouse in 2014. I thought I bought it brand new in 2000. It's about coming up to 2 years old now. He said, well, it's locked. It's probably by EE, as you're on EE. It might have been something to do with the SIM when you put that in. You're going to have to unlock it. I said, right, how do I do that? And he said, go on your iTunes on the computer at home, and there will be a reset button. Do that. That usually works 99% of the time. Okay, what if that doesn't work? Ring up Apple. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye. Leaves with new nano SIMs. Aren't they tiny? Those little nano SIMs, they're so small. Ever so easy to lose, I would imagine. Anyway, so that's it, right? So we've come home now. And I said to my mate Ronnie, I said, can you you understand iTunes? Because iTunes has got to be one of the most complicated pieces of software ever. It really is. It's just all over the place. Too much on there for thickos like me to understand. So he's come up here, Ronnie's fired up the computer, and I said, hang on a minute. I changed computers recently, didn't I? I said, I don't think iTunes is on there. And sure enough, he's fired up the computer, no iTunes. Okay, so then we've downloaded the iTunes onto the computer, and then that was all right. And then we plugged in the phone, and we had to redo the phone to the iTunes or something. I don't know, Christ's sake. And I'm already thinking, oh God, I wish I'd never have done this now. I should have just accepted the fact that we can only do like 3 or 4 shows a month and be done with it. But we carried on. And then we're looking around on this iTunes, and we can't find anything that says reset the phone on iTunes. It's probably on there somewhere, but it's so difficult to find anything on these damn things, isn't it? So I searched around that. Eventually he rings Apple. And after being on the phone and talking to that blasted automatic thing, oh, do you want to do this? Press 1. And no, we didn't have to press numbers. We had to talk to it. Yes or no? Yes. But he couldn't get through to the right one. It kept sending him elsewhere. Absolute nightmare. Eventually we got through to someone on there who informed us that we've got to ring EE to do it. Okay, so we rang EE then. And after pressing this and pressing that, we got through to someone, and we were on the phone for a while to them, who eventually informs us we've got to take it to an EE shop to unlock it. They'll be able to do it there and then. Too late now, of course. This time we're too late now to go down the shop. Okay, we'll do it tomorrow. So Saturday morning, we both got up a little bit earlier. Him at his house and me at mine. And he came round here, picked us up. We went down to the EE shop, took the damn phone in. And she said, okay. So she said, asked us a few questions. She said, well, we can't do it here. I said, but that's what the bloke said on the phone. Yeah, but you didn't buy the phone from us. You bought it from Carphone Warehouse. I said, well, how is it locked then? It's supposed to be unlocked. She said, she said, I think the phone's in Carphone Warehouse. When you put your microchip in, it then automatically locks to the first network that you put into it. She said, what you'll have to do is fill out the form online, EE online, and then follow the instructions there. I said, but the bloke said on the phone to come down here. And so there we are. So we came home, filled out the form online, only to receive a text from EE telling us now it takes up to 10 days to unlock the damn thing. So now I've got my 3SIM, which I'm now paying for, and I can't use it for 10 days. So it's 10 days of that lost. Right, okay, which is nothing to me, but it's the point, you see. It's the point. And after 10 days, hopefully it will be unlocked and then I can try my little 3SIM. Now, the thing is, once it's unlocked, is it going to lock to 3? So then we have to unlock the damn thing again. Or if I put the EE card back in it, will it relock to EE? It's an absolute nightmare. And they tell you all this stuff is easy, don't they? Oh, it's easy to change mobile phone companies, just get your PUC code and all this business. But the phone is locked. And it's not easy to unlock an iPhone. Now, you may have had a different experience to me. And probably one or two of you have done it, you know, by making one phone call, and it's unlocked. Of course, not in my case. It was, and do you know what? I knew it was going to be like this. I knew it was going to be like this before I bloody well started it. Absolute nightmare. So here we are. We're on day 1 now. Day 1. So watch this bloody space. And we might actually get somewhere. And I can't do anything now. Little chip downstairs that won't work in the phone because it's locked. Oh, Christ's sake. Christ's sake. It's a bit like, you know, now they say, oh, it's easy to switch energy companies, isn't it? Now, I suppose I find it relatively easy now. But what about people who can't work computers? They can't make a phone call. Oh, I'd like to switch to you. They don't know. And it's made so complicated. So complicated for people to understand. I wish people would stop saying, oh, that's easy. All you got to do is this. Get some more bloody nose. So that's the latest instalment of me trying to get more data on the phone for our karaoke shows, which are live karaoke shows that I know you're all enjoying. So I shall persevere and see how we get on with this, all right? Finally today, I've got a little story here for you. I thought I had a little story here for you somewhere. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it is. It's in an old-fashioned newspaper. Yes, indeed. In the Daily Mail, this is last Sunday, actually. I've been holding on to this. 10 diet myths that you can't afford to believe. Right, so get this. You ready for this? Myth. And this was in last week's Daily Mail. In a crash diet, you save fat so you will put on weight later. Now, we've all heard of that, haven't we? So if you crash diet, you'll put the weight back on. Fact, one of the most popular dieting myths is a starvation mode. Now, we've all heard that one, haven't we? How many times have you heard that? Oh, your body's going into starvation mode. Well, the claim that if you stop eating, your metabolic rate immediately slows down as the body tries to conserve your fat. Christ. It's doing a very good job of it around my waist, conserving that fat. In a recent experiment, researchers took 11 healthy volunteers. Well, that won't be me because I'm not healthy, am I? Hey? Oh, you neither, right? 11 healthy volunteers and asked... Oh, talking about unhealthy... Blooming Laurence last night at Central Station. You remember Laurence? He's the one with diabetes who I keep catching with bags of crisps. So yesterday, and I had to have a word with him. Yesterday, he sat down there. He had a big dinner, sausage and mash, I think it was. I don't know. Then he had treacle sponge pudding with full fat custard, right? And then an hour later, I caught him eating another bag of crisps from the station. I came down the station with my microphone and I confiscated those crisps. I confiscated them on him. What about your diabetes? And he just shrugs his shoulders like that. He's a big lad, got a walking stick. About 68 years old, I suppose. 68, 70, somewhere around that age. And he's a nice man. But honestly, he's killing himself. And then as I walked past his bag, right, that bag of crisps had come from a multi-pack. He's sitting there with all these crisps and eating and eating and eating. Please, Laurence, don't stop eating, dear. We need your custom. We don't want you to disappear too quickly now, my love. Honestly. I had to confiscate these things from people. In a recent experiment, researchers took 11 volunteers and asked them to stay in a metabolic chamber. I mean, what the bloody hell is that? A room where they precisely measure your metabolic rate, the rate at which the body burns energy while resting, living on nothing but water. Oh, I couldn't do that, dear. Live on nothing but water? Oh, not up north. There's somewhere up north where the water's gone wrong, isn't it? Too much chlorine in the water, dear. They're all having to buy bottled, all be giving out bottled water at the moment. By day 3, their metabolic rates had risen by 14%. This was probably due to a rise in a hormone. And it goes on. If they had continued, I'm sure the volunteers' metabolic rates would eventually have fallen, not least because they would have begun to lose significant amount of weight and become malnourished. But in the short term, this is the thing, in the short term, you know, with the starvation diet, we're going to eat nothing for 3 days. In the short term, there is no evidence that starvation mode is anything other than a myth. Yeah, so there's one of them for you. Here's another myth. Don't weigh yourself more than once a week. Do you do that? Weigh yourself more than once a week? That's the myth. It's often said that you shouldn't weigh yourself more than once a week because you will become obsessed. Well, I've been obsessed with my weight for about 30 years. Honestly, I have. A recent study followed 40 people on a weight loss program. Some weighed themselves daily, others weekly, monthly, or hardly at all. It was found that more often people weighed themselves, the more weight they lost. Of course, because if you see that little thing go up a bit, then you can take immediate action, can't you? Immediate action, dear. Immediate. Whereas if you wait for a week, it might go up, 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 up. Oh! And it's gone all that way and you haven't noticed it because you only weigh yourself once a week because that's what everyone else says. Yes. Here's another one. Myth. You must eat regularly to keep blood sugars up. In the study I mentioned above, participants lived on water for 3 days. The researchers measured the volunteers' blood sugar levels. Although these levels did fall after 3 days, without any food, they remained well within the normal range. Eating lots of small meals simply feeds your hunger. Which brings us on to the next myth. And I'll tell you about that on the next show because we've run out of time altogether. Do you see how I've hooked you in there? I've hooked you in for part 2 of this little myths that you can't afford to believe in the Daily Mail. Okay, have a lovely Saturday, and we'll have another chat soon. Bye bye now.